Hi, I'm Linda Luke with Corporate Calm Yoga. Thanks so much for joining me today on day 9, hamming it up. We're going to work on the hamstrings. For me, is my most difficult part. So that's why I waited till day 9 to do a hamstring yoga session. But because of that, I kind of thought this would be a good time to think about embracing our difficulties, embracing things that are difficult or tough for us. So that's going to be the theme for our practice today. So as we begin to try to settle our bodies, I'd like you to either sit in easy pose or feel free to lay down on the ground, whatever is most comfortable for you. Or if you have another pose, if you want to do legs up the wall, whatever is a nice way for you to settle your mind just for a moment or two before we get started. Take a moment to just focus on your breath for a moment. See how you're bringing yourself to the mat today. Do you feel easy and light, or do you feel the stress of the day upon you? So however you're coming to the mat today, just take a breath in and take a breath out. Calm your mind and your body. Put that to-do list on hold and take this half an hour just for you. I invite you to really try to open up your diaphragm. So as you breathe in, feeling all the way from the bottom, all the way up through your mid-chest, and all the way up into your throat, really feeling your diaphragm as full as you can get it. So take a deep breath in. And then breathe out through your mouth. And I invite you to take another breath, just filling as deeply as you can, all the way from the lower diaphragm, all the way up into your throat, till you feel like you can't breathe any more air in. And then hold that for a second, and then breathe that air out slowly. When we concentrate on the breath, it relaxes our mind, relaxes our body, puts our body into more of a parasympathetic state where we can heal and relax, not in that fight or flight state that so many of us live our life in, of stress, and worry. It calms our whole nervous system so that we can really enjoy our life and look at our life as a gift. Just each breath that you take in, look at as a gift. Feel the healing qualities of breath. And know that not only can it help relax our muscles as we do yoga, but the main thing that breath can do is relax your mind, help you to keep from worrying and to live your life in a more calm and relaxed state. So as you continue to take these deep breaths in, really filling up that whole diaphragm, both of those lungs, really expanding your lungs to their fullest capacity. I invite you to take 2 or 3 more deep breaths in like that. I'd just like to introduce you to a quote that I found about difficulties and about handling and embracing those difficulties. This is from William Frederick Halsey Jr. There are no great people in this world, only great challenges which ordinary people rise to meet. So as you take that last deep breath in, I just want you to enjoy and to join me on this journey. Hamstrings, like I said, are not my thing. So we're going to get through this together, and try to stretch out our hamstrings, making our body feel better. But one thing I caution you is just to make sure that you don't overstretch. Whenever things start to hurt, then you need to back off. We're going to start in staff pose with both of our feet straight forward. And when you start in staff pose, try to get some of the flesh away from those sit bones. Make sure both sit bones are evenly on the ground, and we're standing up straight. So even standing up straight, you can already feel some action in those hamstrings. At least I can in my lower hamstrings, just by sitting up straight. Really as if the ground is pulling down your sit bones with a magnet, but then someone also is pulling you from the top of your head as well. So our spine is as long as it can possibly be. Now take our arms out to the side and then straight up above. And as we tip our hips over, just try to enjoy how you lightly feel your hamstrings starting to wake up. You can feel it even right here. I can feel my hamstrings are starting to warm up. So never go too far, especially when we're trying to warm up the body. So just go to wherever it feels comfortable for you. And then you can bring those hands on the ground. You can leave them out here if you'd like. But just start to feel a little bit of a warmth in those hamstrings. And we're going to come back up. Now, I invite you to put your right hand over here to the side. Just going to do a little side stretch here. Again, just be gentle as you're warming up your body. And the left hand over to the side. Set hands straight up. Just move over into the left side, feeling a nice stretch really in your whole side body. And bring both hands back together on top of your thighs. And again, make sure you're stretching your spine back up. Bring those hands straight up as we tip over a little bit more towards those feet, towards your knees, putting your heads closer towards your knees. As you breathe in, come back up, then breathe out. As you come over to the right, do a little side stretch here. And put your left hand down and come over to your left side. Okay, now as we remain seated here, we're going to do a little bit of a circle with our hips. So we're going to take our torso, move over towards the side, and over towards the front, and all the way towards the front of our toes, moving to the side, and then all the way over to your left side, and back up. We'll do that again on the right hand side, starting with the right hand side, all the way around. Just waking up the hips as well as the hamstrings a little bit. Let's do that now to the left, so starting, going over to the left. Bring your body, bring your head towards your feet. You circle back all the way towards the right. And one more time. Okay, so now we're going to lay flat on our mats. And I invite you, if you don't have one, to put me on pause for a second and go grab some kind of a belt, a tie, anything that you have that we're going to put around our feet. So we are going to put this around your feet, so if that grosses you out to use one of your good belts, get an old one that you haven't used. So put me on pause and then come on back when you have a belt in your hand. You can do this without, but it's a little bit trickier. So I invite you to lie down on your back and get comfortable here for a second. Now take your right foot and bring it in towards your body, your right knee, and bring it in towards your body. Grab the strap and put it around the middle part of your foot, kind of right at the arch of your foot. Have both hands equally on the side, and just bring that leg in towards your head more. So we're also keeping our left leg flat, and you should feel a nice stretch in your hip this way as well. The hip flexor. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Just bring that leg just a little bit closer. Hopefully you can really feel that hamstring firing up. Now take both straps and put them in your right hand and bring that leg over towards your right. So you're bringing your right leg over towards your right. Really opening up that hip, feeling a nice stretch on the inner groin muscles. And just play around with that foot. Kind of move that foot around a little bit over there till it feels comfortable for you. And again, only go as far as you can. I mean, maybe this is as far as you want to go over there, and that's fine. So wherever feels comfortable for you. And same thing when we come to the other side. So now we're going to take the straps and put them on our left hand. Kind of ground your right hand down so you're keeping both of your shoulders on the ground. And then come over only as far. You get a nice stretch, even just right here. This is a nice stretch for me in my lower part of my hamstrings. And then as you move over a little bit further, it's kind of a different stretch the whole way down. So if you can enjoy it the whole way down, great. If you're only right here, then that's fine too. Whatever feels good in your body today. So I always like people to have different levels, feeling like wherever you're at in your yoga practice is great. For me, my hips are very open, so going over to the side is really easy for me. But coming straight up is the hardest because my hamstrings are so tight. But in this exercise, we're kind of opening up our hamstrings from all different levels. So bring that right leg back up and stretch it again in towards your body. And we're going to release that leg, bring it down, and just kind of shake it out for a second. Kind of getting the blood flowing back in that leg. Now bring our left leg up. We're going to do the same on this leg. So just enjoy what that strap feels like on that foot. Kind of point and flex, getting that hamstring warmed up a little bit. And then bring that foot, for me, I mean, it's only an inch or two. I mean, just bring it in just a little bit closer to your body. It's not a major shift. And just breathe into it. Try to relax those muscles. So putting both of the straps into your left hand, keeping your right hand grounded on over to the side of you. Then open up that hip as we bring that left foot over to our left hand side. Take a couple of deep breaths in here. Bring that left leg straight up. Bring the straps into your right hand, and that leg goes over to the left. Trying to enjoy the whole journey down, if you can, to wherever feels good in your body. And if none of this feels good over to the side, then bring your leg just straight back up. Breath here. Come back up and release the strap. Again, kind of straighten out that leg a little bit. Wiggle those legs around a little bit. We're going to do that one more time on each side. Sometimes the second time you do an exercise, your body is a little bit warmed up, so you feel a little bit better doing it the second time around. So bring both hands on the strap first and bring that right leg in a little bit closer towards your body. And put both hands in that right straps in that right hand, bringing your right foot over to your right side, keeping both shoulders grounded on the ground, keeping both hips also grounded on the ground. Bring that right foot up, and then put both straps in your left hand and bring that foot over towards your left side. Okay, right foot back up, and then let's do a switcheroo and bring that left foot on in. Bring it a little bit closer in towards your body, and both straps in the left hand. And try to open up your leg. So I hope you've been enjoying all of my graphic tees. This is kind of my last fun, positive one that I have. You might start seeing repeats after this. I only have so many good graphic tees. But this one is one of my favorites. Okay, bring that left leg back in and bring it over to your right side. This one says, do more of what makes you happy. Which I think is a great philosophy for life. So if you have any great t-shirts that you're wearing when you do yoga, feel free to message me or send them to me, or send me pictures of you doing yoga. It brightens my heart when I see so many new friends, old friends and new friends doing yoga with me every day. I really love it. Okay, so bring that both legs back down, kind of shake them out just for a second. Figure out what we're doing next. Okay, next we're going to do runner's lunge. So again, another great hamstring stretch. We did this one the other day. So we're going to take both knees and put them on the ground, our body straight up. Then take your right leg and bring it out in front of you. And then we want to straighten that leg and pop that foot up. So for a lot of us, this is, you can feel it right away. But if you need to move around a little bit, you can always bring both of those hips back closer to the ground to feel more of a stretch in that hamstring. So take a few deep breaths in here. We're going to do a switcheroo. Bring that left foot forward. Again, you want to flex that heel and come down. Just bring those hips just a little bit closer towards the ground. And then back, that right knee should be on the ground, that right foot on the ground as well. Okay, now let's just do a little shake out, come to all fours, and just kind of do a little circle with your hips here, just to kind of shake out some of that action. You can even do a little mini cat-cow here, just to kind of shake out some of that hamstring action that we were doing. Let's do that action one more time. So bringing your right foot forward, keeping that left foot and leg on the ground, the lower part of your shin on the ground. And let's come into a nice runner's lunge on the right hand side. Now, coming back, we're going to bring that left leg forward. Come into a nice hamstring stretch here. Take a few deep breaths in here. And then come on back. And just do a little wiggle here. And stretch out those hips a little bit. Now we're going to come into our first downward dog. We're not doing a lot of downward dogs today. We're light on downward dogs, even though they are a great hamstring stretch also. But come into your first downward dog, bring those hips up, bring your feet about hip distance apart. Those hands should be about hip distance apart as well. I mean, about shoulder distance apart. Bring our head a little bit closer to our knees, and our heels of our feet just a little bit closer to the ground. It's always just nice to take your time in downward dog. You're getting nice blood flow to your head, which, as we learned yesterday, helps with creativity, helps to energize the body. All good and positive things. All right, now bring your hands and your feet together. And we're going to come all the way up to Tadasana. Let's down to the floor. We're going to sit in staff pose. We're going to grab that strap again, and we're going to put it around our right foot first and bring both feet out front. And just bring that right foot just a little bit off of the ground at first, and just kind of feel how that feels. And then if you want to go a little bit further up, if that feels good in your hamstrings, but if that starts to hurt, then maybe come back down here. A lot of us tend to overdo it in the hamstrings, so maybe back back off a little bit. I know I'm one of those people that, oh, I can do it now, but then later on it's gonna hurt. So go wherever feels comfortable in your body. And then we're gonna also just open up that hip over to the side, and bring that foot over to the side. And maybe your foot's way down here, and that's what feels good in your body. Or maybe it's way up here. Whatever feels okay to you today, that's what you should do. Take 1 or 2 deep breaths here. And bring that foot back in, bring it back down, wiggle it out just a little bit. I'll put that strap around the left foot. Again, just kind of mildly bring up that foot, holding onto both hands, both parts of the strap. And if you feel like going further, go further, whatever feels good to you today. And then we're gonna open up and bring that foot over to the side. For some of you who aren't in a 7 foot, 8 foot room, you got plenty of room to do that. So bring that foot on over. And we're gonna bring it back together. We're gonna do this one more time, and feel to do it the exact same way we just did it. Or if you'd like to see a little more challenging pose, grab your index finger and your thumb and grab it around your big toe, kind of keeping this leg bent at first and your left leg straight. And then try to straighten that leg out in front of you. And for some people, this is a nasa asana too. Like, this is a no-go. This is not gonna happen. So don't do it. Do it with the strap and do it wherever you feel comfortable. Take 1 or 2 breaths here. And bring that leg over to the side. For me, I can't go too far. But I gotta be proud of the yoga practice that I can do. I can't be upset that I can't get my leg all the way over there. That's okay. This is where I'm at today. Bring that foot back in, wiggle it out a little bit. Oh, great, grab that left foot. So again, it's your index finger and your thumb. Put it around that left toe and then straighten out that leg a little bit. And maybe your leg is more bent and this is where you're at, that's fine too. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths straight ahead, and then bring that leg over to the side. And trying to keep our body straight up. And then bring that leg back in. Yay! And now we get to lay down on our mat, and it's that good time of the day called Shavasana. So laying down, we're gonna do Shavasana just a little bit different today. I invite you, if you have blocks, you can grab those, or you may or may not want them. We're gonna put both of the balls of our feet together. So both of our feet together, like we're in butterfly, but this is kind of reclined butterfly. So we're laying down, our feet are in butterfly. But if this is at all painful, you can also do more of a restorative pose where we put those blocks on either side. So we're not really coming into the groins nearly as much, wherever feels good for you. Or if it feels great to just open it up your legs, then stay here also. And those hands, we're gonna put our hands together, kind of right in front of our lips, right under our noses, in prayer pose. Just concentrate on your breath. Remember earlier when we were really filling up our diaphragm, all the way from the lower part of the diaphragm, all the way up to our throat. I'd like you to do that 2 or 3 more times, just filling up your lungs as much as possible. Just calming your mind and calming your breath. Appreciating your body for all the great work that it put in to get today. Appreciating your body for the difficult things that it had to do, but that it made it, and it made a little bit of progress today. Your body became a little bit more open, a little bit more flexible, and your mind became a little bit calmer and more able to deal with whatever good things the day has in front of you. All right, I invite us to all sit back up into Sukhasana, easy pose. Just second to ground yourself here, I'd just like to leave you with a little quote that I heard from Winston Churchill that I found about difficulties. And it goes something like this. The pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. So be that optimist that sees opportunities everywhere, even in trying times, even in difficult situations. There's always good that comes. And we grow more and we learn more during the difficult times than in those times that everything's going great. Thank you so much for joining me today in yoga. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for all the nice comments. Feel free to send me a picture of yourself doing yoga. I love to see all those things. So bring your hands together in prayer pose. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.